podcast listeners, Joe C here. Are you digging all the music talk and want to see what my band, The Fallen Electric, has in store? Check us out at thefallenelectric.com for all news, show dates, and contact information. Also, be sure to listen to our album, Never Seen the World, available on all digital music stores and streaming apps. It's time to get electrified.
Let's just go and waste some time.
And we're back. Josh, Foo,
Yo,
you guys got some sports?
plenty.
All right. The sports with Josh and the Foo.
What's up, everyone?
God damn it! What do we got now?
I'm just saying hi,
What's
man.
the impression today, Josh?
No impression. God.
All right,
Such
get on
pressure.
with it.
Dang, you should do a sports impression of a sports legend every time you come on.
This is how it goes, Sel. We're here today to talk about the NFL.
God damn it!
You
Ooh, they
said,
really used to do that.
you said
know.
sport legend, didn't you? Yeah, muckety muck.
He would say muckety muck too.
He would. He sure
Oh,
would.
yeah.
He sure would. You said legend. Call me
Hey,
out.
Foo, did you watch any sports this weekend?
Yeah, man. What'd you think about the sports this weekend? The
I did.
Foos Bowl.
I didn't watch. Well, I watched it, but I wasn't paying attention because but I was watching the Rams game on Monday.
Oh yeah, you better have.
That was a fucking treat.
God damn, that game. Chris, you probably missed it. I'm assuming.
Guaranteed I missed it,
Yeah, that
It was one of the most exciting football games I've seen in a long time.
It's one of the
like,
wildest football games I've seen in a long time.
It was high scoring, like fucking touchdown, and 2 minutes later touchdown. Like they got.
Oh, you just felt it as soon as the offense had the ball. You're like, okay,
All right, well, they got this.
It's only a matter of time. Let's see how long they do it this time.
They were
and
playing San Francisco or something like that. Right?
It was the Chiefs against the
Oh,
Rams.
that was-
Yeah,
here in LA,
In
and
LA.
it looked like you were watching somebody play Madden on easy.
Seriously, it's
Yeah.
like no one
It's
knew
just
how to play
touchdown,
how to play
touchdown.
defense.
Yeah,
It was insane. It was
fun to watch.
It was the highest scoring game in the NFL.
no.
No,
in the
was
mod-
it?
in the
In the modern
NFL in the 60s, they scored
111.
111.
So this
yeah.
in the modern NFL, I think this scored at what was the final score?
54-51, so 105 points.
105 points. So I think that
We
was the
and
fourth.
they broke the 103 points that was previous.
Yeah. So it goes 100. It goes 105. Then I think 108 Ravens and some other team, and then the 111 was like the Redskins and I think the Packers. Some
Something like that, yeah.
old school team that
From the 60s.
from the 60s. Yeah, so I mean, this game was insane. Like, if you guys saw the stands too, that shit looked like it was a playoff game. Like, I was looking on my Instagram, and some people that were there, some people I know that were there, like, I guess they had the Chainsmokers play, like the
Yeah, I saw
opening,
that.
like for the pregame. Like they were underneath the columns on the Coliseum, and you just see the lights going, and like they're just fucking playing a show.
That's dope.
Yeah, and they honored the firefighters and the first responders of the California fires, the Woolsey fires. They honored them before. I mean, everyone was hyping this game up. Like, I don't know.
Because first off, it was supposed to be in Mexico City.
Yes, that's right.
And then they couldn't make it happen, so they brought it back to the Coliseum as
Yeah,
a home game, which
that's
was
right.
not planned. Very last minute. And then they put this together, and then they have a fucking sick game.
Yeah, the game was amazing. It's a game that I will remember. I'm not a Rams fan or a Chiefs fan, but goddamn, this is one of those games. It's like you really glad you stayed up and watched it. Mm-hmm. But this all happened because they couldn't fix the field in Mexico City. And so, do you guys know what happened in the field in Mexico City?
I do.
Was there a Shakira concert?
There was a Shakira concert.
Dude, that'll do it.
Yeah.
But actually predating that, because the Shakira concert is really what fucked it up.
Okay.
But they would have...
Back in May, they hired new management for the field.
Okay.
And the management decided, hey, fuck real grass. Let's do a hybrid turf and real grass. Which
What?
still requires more... Which requires the most attention.
Okay.
So, first of all, stupid. Second of all, they didn't take care of it properly, and they started overbooking events in the stadium.
Jeez.
And then once the Shakira concert came, it was already poorly managed. And dude, Shakira concert, it just wrecked it.
It wrecked it. Like the field looks like shit. Like there's a picture here. It pretty much looks like a Sandlot field. You would see.
They're
at
like
a
2 foot,
elementary
2
school.
foot deep holes in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
crazy.
The complete middle is just dry.
And it's funny because at first I'm like, why is this a big deal? You got some football games playing on baseball fields of all things. But if it's like a 2 foot pothole or somebody can just trip on,
well, you also got to understand when it's
fall into
when it's a turf grass hybrid. There's concrete underneath there. It's
So-
not full grass. Like, it's concrete. They just put sod over the concrete, and then they remove it. So, like, as I'm looking at this now, like, they're pretty much almost at the concrete right now on some of the grassy parts. Like, they did not
Imagine
manage
someone smacking concrete, dude.
Yeah, and so...
And then my logic asks, well, you have an entire country full of gardeners. You can't just get together.
Preach, man, preach.
What's that old saying? A mechanic will have a shitty car, just like a gardener will have a shitty yard.
Oh yeah, the contractor has the worst looking house on the block.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh, case in point, my Uncle Gil.
Facts.
But being a
Facts.
Mexican, I thought that was hilarious.
So, like, when this originally came out, you know, SB Nation had put this out on Twitter. The NFL hasn't made a decision yet on Monday's Chiefs-Rams game, and they posted a picture of the current conditions. And then John Johnson of the Rams responded, "That's out." So the actual players, when they found out the conditions of the game pre-game, they threatened to sit out the game.
Oh
They
shit!
said if you keep that game there in Mexico City, we're not playing.
Good.
Like, because it was bad. So it kind of brings up the question, like, should the NFL go back to Mexico City? Like, we gave them a full almost like 6 months preparation for this, and I mean, if fucking Wembley can do it, then why can't these guys do it? And we're supposed to have like a 3-year agreement.
I'll tell you what. We're not under that agreement, or we'll probably sign an extension. It's all about money, dude.
Yeah,
So-
they want to expand. I think it's important for the NFL to expand
This is-
and fast because the NBA is taking over, dude.
I'm very glad you guys said that because, per the Bleacher Report, Timothy Rapp, the NFL will return to Mexico City.
Yep.
So the NFL will return to Mexico City for a regular season game in 2019 after poor field conditions at Estadio Azteca forced the league to move Monday's night's game between Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Rams back to LA, per Ian Rappaport of the NFL.com. So this is their statement. The NFL to return to Mexico City in 2019. The NFL and Mexico's president-elect, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, confirmed today that the third game of the existing agreement signed in the 2016 will be played in 2019 at Estadio Azteca. The announcement follows the meetings with this morning between NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and the president-elect, and was confirmed with Televisa chairman Emilio Escarraga in Mexico City. The date and time of the game, which will be focused on the importance, will be announced at a later time. So, I mean, the game that's supposed to be coming up next will actually be the Raiders and Patriots. They'll be playing in Mexico City again. So, I mean, this is going to be happening up until 2021.
Crazy.
So these guys have up until 2021 to get their shit together.
You know, recently I went to TJ and to go see a soccer team named the Cholos.
Okay.
Dude, have you guys heard of them at all?
No.
No, okay, yeah. They're really big. Like, I guess their soccer league in Mexico is, like, really big. And so when they told me, I didn't know anything about them. I don't watch soccer. They told me that I was going to go watch a soccer team in TJ, and the team was named Cholos. I immediately feared for my life, and I was really nervous about it. And I didn't know what kind of... I was told it was, like, in a stadium, 15 minutes outside of the border. I was like, I don't know. I'm not used to that, really, you know? Get over there. It's super nice. The whole area is really nice. The stadium looks super high tech. It was the best stadium I've ever been to in my life.
Wow!
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's gorgeous.
They care about their soccer, their football.
What was more impressive is that
and
Cholos wasn't spelled Cholos; it was spelled with an X. And what an actual Cholo dog! It's a dog that's native to Mexico. It's an ugly dog, but. Yeah, and it was just families. There was no cholos in sight whatsoever.
Right.
But I gotta tell you, the food that they sell at the stadium was pretty amazing. They sold churros, obviously, that was like in the middle was chocolate and caramel, and then they
Holy
sold.
shit.
Have you guys ever had a toasty loco? By the way,
What?
No, what the fuck is
can
that?
I explain what a toasty loco is?
Please,
yes.
Yeah, you take pickled pig skin
Yeah, you do.
and you get those Tostito chips, and you dump the pickled pig skin inside of it, and you throw peanuts and other bullshit inside of it. And honestly, I gotta say, it tastes pretty amazing. I was
the
surprised. Yeah, instead of selling hot dogs and stuff like that, they're selling Tosti Locos. Either way, you know what? This stadium was super high tech, and I gotta give it to them. Like, I'm confident the Mexicans will fix the issues that they got with their stadium over there, because this one was
Yeah, they got
super
the
high tech. It
president
was
in
super
on it now.
impressive.
The president's embarrassed. Probably he's like, fuck, man, we just
Dude,
lost
what the fuck?
Dude, they just missed out on millions of dollars.
Yeah, dude,
Maybe billions.
billions.
Well,
would've
he
sold
did
out.
it to protect billions
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, in the next 3 years.
Because they're still
Well,
going to
all the
honor
tourism that goes
They're still
on,
going to honor
too.
2 more games. They're not going to cut him a game.
Well, you saw during the game that there's people that still ended up going because they had planned their tickets.
Yeah.
and they were at like this bar.
Americans were at just some random bar
There's
watching
some-
the game from their TV.
Yeah, they had announced like go to this if you're a Rams fan, you're stuck here
Bars
in Mexico
wised up.
City. This bar is for Rams fans. So like, dude, you just see like a bunch of bars in Mexico City with just fucking full of Rams
Improvised,
fans. So,
that's
yeah,
cool.
hell
Full
yeah.
of Americans just being rowdy.
Like the tickets here at the Coliseum were how much food? Like you said, they were like
They first started
Very
around
inexpensive.
50,
Yeah.
and then they
For one of the
climbed,
best games ever.
they climbed to about $70.
Holy shit.
They gave away a lot of tickets to first responders.
Yeah, they
and
gave
families.
over 1,000 tickets to the first responders alone, and that stadium seats up to 99,000.
Well, they can
Coliseum, but they can only
and-
sell up
and-
to 68,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they can only sell up 68. So hold your horses
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It looked pretty packed. I mean, they may have lifted the restriction.
Told
so.
him, Foo.
Do you know who you know the attendance?
They
of the
can't.
thing?
They can't lift the restriction. It's
Why?
in the agreement.
Oh,
Gotcha.
damn you!
Is that for like stampede reasons or just too many people?
No, it's just the Coliseum came up with this weird ass policy, and I'm guessing
Probably to maintain the structure
because
itself, because it's an old structure, man.
because
That thing-
first of all, they have the Trojans playing there, and then just double timing it
Regularly.
with an NFL team.
yeah, that's why.
That's why the Chargers didn't do it.
Well, no,
they had
they
the
said
other-
That's
no.
why they said no to the Chargers.
Yeah, the
for
Coliseum
sure.
said they will not tolerate 3 teams. Like 2 is enough. That's why they had to build that other stadium on the outside, the Bank California Stadium for the LAFC team, that new soccer team that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My coworker goes to the LAFC games. He says they're fucking.
I heard they're fucking
sick.
hopping, man. I heard they're good. They're fucking good
He
games.
said they're really good games, and he says when everyone pre games in the parking lot, and they don't fucking or hassle you. They're just like don't start a fight, and you can pregame as much as you want in the parking lot.
Yeah, they sell the apparel at Cal State LA, and
Oh, really?
in our student store.
Crazy.
Like I just go in like right next to our university shirts. Like you just see LAFC jerseys and like shirts and stuff of the team because they practice at our. They use our school for the practice facilities. Like before the stadium was completely built.
Yeah.
So like they now we have that permanent affiliation with them.
Is that the same league with the Galaxy? Or?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah,
So we
that-
have 2 soccer teams. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah,
man.
we have 2 soccer teams
LAFC
now.
is supposed to try to be the premier club for LA.
For LA
So
because
fuck
it's in
Galaxy, in
downtown.
other words, or is that?
I mean, you
It's
still
old
got
news.
Galaxy fans, like because I mean they got that
Because they were here first.
great.
since
Yeah, I
the
mean they were
90s.
here first since the '90s, and they've won championships. Like
They won 2 championships since the 90s.
They've won more than that.
Or just more than 2.
yeah, they have. a
I
lot
would
more
fail this
championships.
test.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but Galaxy have a good number of championships, especially when they got Beckham. Mm-hmm. Like that really rose.
I
After
know they
that,
won
and
one with him, right?
They won 1 with Beckham, and then they won 2 or 3 more after that. So
Damn.
yeah, I think they had in total like 6 or something, 6 or
Shit.
7. So they have. I mean, they're prominent right now, and then they got that new Euro player, Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
Okay.
and he was like a good player in on the Arsenal,
Uh-huh.
the UK soccer team.
A really, really good league.
Yeah, and one of the Premier League soccer players, and he came here first game he played. He hit a goal at midfield
Damn.
Like a strike, dude.
And,
like,
and then like he announced like I'm here.
I am here. Like this
What
is
the fuck?
Yeah,
this is
and dude,
Town.
since then he balled out.
Yeah, man, he's been legit. They called him the Euro leaguer, the Euro Player of the Year for the MLS.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, he really showed up. So I mean, yeah. I'm just swapping beers out
You gotta
here.
take that last sip
Yeah,
in the middle
man.
of a sentence.
Yeah, man.
middle,
You can't waste an ounce of beer.
Yeah,
Not
but it
even.
got like it couldn't wait, is what I'm saying.
No, it couldn't.
Anyways, do we have some footballery going on?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I wanted to bring up one last little funny note on some football. So, you guys hear about this new candidate for the Browns head coaching position?
Oh
Yeah,
God,
I heard about this.
Chris, this will surprise you for sure.
So, recently, Adam Schefter of ESPN had announced that the Browns were considering former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice
Wait, what?
for the head coaching position. Yeah, no, that was a
This is an actual report
Newspaper.
from a legitimate ESPN reporter.
like this guy is a credible reporter.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he breaks shit all the time. So, it just came out of left field. So everyone's just like, no, what? Like, there's a bunch of posts. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me here. Like, get Uncle Rico to coach the team. Like, that's just as good. And I mean, Condoleezza Rice, she loves football. She's a football fan, a Browns fan. She's actually she was part of the initial college football playoff committee, where she would help choose the teams that would go into the college football playoffs. So I mean, it's not out of the realm, but
to coach a team?
to coach a team, no.
Strategy and such?
Yeah, that's completely different.
She'll
I mean,
basically be a faux coach. Like,
You know what though?
Just a
I would
pun.
totally watch the shit out of that game.
oh yeah,
I would
Just
watch-
to
yeah,
watch
oh,
it.
yeah, man.
I would,
Because
even,
that would be
even if it's just the
totally
first few
bizarre.
games, to be like, I wonder.
I
what
mean,
this
Is there,
is.
wait,
what
I,
if
know
they're
what?
successful?
Hey,
I'm not
I-
knowledgeable, but like, has there ever been a female coach?
no,
ever?
No, this would be the
Has
first
there ever
time.
been a
Yeah.
black female coach
No.
ever?
no,
Even
Dude.
less.
nope, nope.
Dude,
Even
and
more-
then
you're
she
narrowing
used to
it
be
Never
down.
happened.
what
Yeah.
was Secretary of State?
Yeah. Practically
Wow.
the
Yeah.
president.
I mean, I would watch it. You know, I mean, you like to. I mean, you have to watch when a car gets into an accident. You
I'll
gotta
tell
see
you
it
what,
happen.
just give her 2 games.
Yeah,
2
I'd
games,
next
dude.
that.
You gotta look
Honestly,
away.
I watch the shit out of both of those games, and they'll be super. I'll be impressed if they even get 1 point. And dude, you got to give her credit for that. That'll be great.
Well,
look,
dude, it's the NFL. There's a possibility they could win both games.
so the Browns actually.
right, dude? Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
So
blew my mind.
the Browns actually released a statement
It's that they
about
did
the
that way.
interest. Shut up, Foo. God damn it! On my own soundbite.
Shut up, fool!
Well played. So the Browns, the GM of the Browns, John Dorsey, released a statement about the interest in interviewing Condoleezza Rice. He said, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is a great leader, possesses the highest possible character, and also happens to be a Browns fan. I have the utmost respect and admiration for all she's accomplished and was honored to meet her for the first time earlier this season. Our coaching search will be thorough and deliberate, but we are still in the process of composing a list of candidates, and Secretary Rice has not been discussed. So,
All right.
yeah, I don't know where the hell this came from. No one seems to know where the hell this came from.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird. I mean, I'm not against a female coach.
Somebody's trying to stir it up.
Yeah,
Somebody's trying to actually make it happen.
but I don't see a female coach in the NFL.
What? Why not?
I
do.
mean, you do? Are there any female coaches right now in the
Yeah,
system?
there's like 2 assistant female coaches in the
Who?
NFL.
In the NFL?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
What team?
Really?
I don't know.
Oh.
I know there was the strength and conditioning coach for the Cardinals that she
that's
got let
one.
go. She's not on the team anymore.
That was one.
And then I think there's one on the Steelers, but that's like a assistant wide receiver coach.
Right.
So nothing anytime
No one
soon.
with credibility.
Yeah, I you know what? The one league I can see, I was listening to ESPN earlier, and Ramona Shelburne, a reporter for ESPN, was saying that the only league that she could feasibly see, hiring a female coach is the NBA.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Because think about it, the NBA and the WNBA are very closely affiliated.
Yeah,
like the
they are.
NBA guys always root for WNBA girls and vice versa. So I mean, it's not out of the realm. You had Nancy Lieberman, the head coach of the Big Three, win that Big Three championship with Corey Maggetti's team this last year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and there's currently a coach named Becky Hammond on the Spurs, and she's coaching underneath. She's like the assistant head coach to Greg Popovich. And so everyone's saying that she's probably most likely supposed to be the next female head coach, the first female head coach in the NBA.
There you go.
Of the 4 major sports.
Well,
Yeah.
I see female coaches in the NFL. It probably won't come as fast as it
No,
would
it's probably
going
going
to
to be the last one.
Yeah.
I would think, because even baseball, I can see a female manager in baseball. I mean, softball and baseball aren't too much different.
Yeah.
Only, I mean, pitching. How the form of pitching is.
And aren't
but-
there football coaches that happen to be female in the lingerie league?
Yes.
So there's that.
There's a few. Yeah.
So there's that.
I mean, I don't know how much credibility they would get, but yeah.
They're running out there. They're hitting each other, and they have pads on and nothing else.
Foo, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Do you have a subscription to the lingerie league?
No.
No, we just watches their free content.
All right. So let's move on. I don't want to incriminate this guy over here next to me.
The fuck?
What? Huh? No. Okay. So, lastly,
Fuck you.
wow, such harsh words. Lastly, I want to finish with our football pick'em. So last week, I'm gonna tally out everyone's scores. So I finished 4-3. The Foo finished 5-2. So he gained a game on me, you son of a bitch. And then Joe C finished 5-2.
Yeah.
Nice, Foo.
So
Thanks.
he's actually gained a game up on the Foo. He's
All
a game
right.
behind the Foo, and 2 games behind me. And then Steph.
What happened to Steph?
She took a shit this week, man.
Bringing up the rear.
Hardcore. 1-6.
Ooh.
So-
who was her one?
Her one was the Texans, which is what we all picked.
Oh, we all picked them.
We all picked the Texans, but she got the Packers wrong, the Falcons wrong, the Titans wrong, the Jaguars wrong, the Vikings wrong, and the Chiefs wrong.
Dude, Steph's like the dog's immune system. Just shitty.
Just shit.
Yeah, our dog's immune system is not great.
Yeah.
Girls don't poop.
It is very shit. Very shit indeed. So
So what are the picks this time around?
the current standings as they are right now, I'm in the lead at 31-20. The Foos at 30-21.
1 game behind.
Joe's-
Ah!
Joe C is at 29-22.
Right.
Fucking nuisance. And then Steph is at 25-26.
Oh,
I've
man.
never in me and the Foo have never in our lives ever heard of someone going below 500 in a pick'em.
Because you normally pick the teams that are better.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
And
is,
they want a woman to coach football.
Way to
ple-
put some Joe C flavor on that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well,
That
he
was-
can't. That's his wife, man. He can't. He'll be sleeping on the couch with the dog. Yeah,
Dog
who am I
sleeping on the
kidding?
couch.
No,
I mean-
no.
Moving on. So, the games I have this week are Bears at Lions, Redskins at Cowboys, Falcons at Saints, Seahawks at Panthers. Wow, I cannot speak today.
Wow.
Browns at Bengals,
This is what happens when you're late, Chris.
Ah, dude,
We
my
drink more.
and we smoke more. You bastard.
Waiting for you.
Steelers at Broncos.
bad. Too busy being a hero.
yeah, working on that stroke, huh?
Go!
And then Packers at Vikings.
Oh,
So the first 3
I don't
games,
remember any of that.
the Bears and Lions, Lions, Redskins, Cowboys, and Falcons, Saints are all going to be played on Thanksgiving. So
Damn, all those?
Yeah, the first game's actually going to be
You're
Bears
ready
at
for a
Lions.
treat, Foo.
So who you taking? Bears, Lions, Foo.
Bears, Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Joe C's going with the Lions.
What's Steph go with?
Steph went with the Bears.
What are you going with?
I'm waiting for you.
What a dick, dude.
Yeah. What
He knows I'm far more intellectual
Fuck
with the statistics.
You. Oh! You're not making me bite. Make your pick, asshole.
I'm picking the Lions.
the loins.
The loins. I'm picking the Bears.
good. Foo, we get a game on. We just tied the Foo here, Josh.
So you think
The Josh Foo. The Foos.
Who are you talking to?
the Foos?
The Foos.
Oh no. Moving on.
All right.
Next game is Redskins at Cowboys. Steph picked the Redskins. Who you going with, Joe C?
I'll go with the Cowboys.
Damn Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Foo. I'm going with the Cowboys too. Yeah, I don't think the Redskins can make it because
The Redskins just lost their quarterback.
they just lost their quarterback. He actually broke his tibia through the skin. The bone actually popped out through the skin in the game. So
Nasty stuff.
He won't be.
He's not going to be playing
Yeah,
next year or two.
You don't need a tibia, do you?
Yeah, I mean,
You need to stay.
No
yeah,
way.
You need to stay inside of the body.
Yeah, you kind of.
Somebody told me that
What are
once,
gloves
I think.
for, man?
I would. You know what? Seek second opinion, man.
Okay.
Always seek
All
a
right.
second opinion when Dr. Nick's involved.
All right.
Next game, or the last game on Thursday, is going to be the Falcons at the Saints. So
Who you got, Josh?
Steph got the Falcons. Joe C, what you got, man?
No, man. You got to switch up who goes first.
Yeah, why don't you go?
Damn it. Well, I'm going to go with the Saints. I mean, come on, dude. The Saints are on
They're killing it.
fire,
Yeah,
They're killing
man.
it. Yeah, I'm picking
Steph
the
picked the
Saints.
Falcons.
Well, she's
What
a
a
homer.
moron.
She's an Atlanta fan.
Yeah, she's a homer.
Who is also a moron
Yeah.
for picking the Falcons.
Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, they look like poo poo.
They look like garbage.
They don't look good.
They look like pigeons.
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Next game is going to be the Seahawks at Panthers.
I got the Hawks.
Got the Hawks. Joe C.
We'll go out on a limb and go with the Panthers this time.
Carolina. Steph's going with the Hawks. I'm going to go with the Panthers too. They kind of need to turn this around a little bit.
I think this is the game they're going to do it.
Yeah, so I think they're going to...
Looks like I just took the lead in the league.
Oh, God.
Pickle.
No, you're going to go down. Foo, think about it this way. Steph just went 1-6. You made the same pick as her this last time around.
Yeah, man.
That you're
Wait, you did too, though, the win.
No, I made Carolina.
So you still had one pick like her?
No, I didn't. Oh, the Bears.
Giddy up.
In your face.
Shut the fuck up. Next game, the Browns at the Bengals. The battle of shit.
Go, Foo.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Battle of those helmets, Foo.
Yeah. Their uniforms are similar.
Foo.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Bengals. So, funny fact, you know that the Browns and the Bengals have a very close affiliation because the former original head coach of the Browns, Paul Brown, was actually the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Really?
Yeah, and so the Browns actually, they named the team after Paul Brown after he insisted that they don't name the team after him. And then he ended up leaving and when they had the expansion draft, he ended up starting up his own team, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Huh.
And so they've always had that rivalry. Fun
Crazy.
fact.
Wow.
Fun fact. And I
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Thanks, Joe.
Anytime.
And I'm actually going to go with the Browns on that one.
Really?
Dang.
Wow. Look at you.
They're just coming off a bye. I kind of think they're going to upset the Bengals because
Foo,
the
let
Bengals
'em-
look like shit.
Foo, let them dream. Foo, let them dream.
All right.
All right. Next game, the Steelers at Broncos. In Mile High.
In Mile High.
What did Steph pick?
Steph picked the Broncos.
She would do that. I'm going to go with the Broncos, too.
The Broncos.
Broncos.
We'll go with the Steelers on this one.
Looks like we all gained a game on Josh here, Foo.
I guess so,
Good
dude.
work.
So you think. Last game
Well,
is
that's-
Packers at the Vikings. Steph picked the
Ooh,
Packers.
I'm going to go with the Vikes.
Me too.
Minnesota.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okie dokie, yeah. Foo's gonna pick Minnesota too?
That's right.
That's right. Alright, I'm actually gonna pick Minnesota too. I just don't think the Packers have it this year. I mean, yeah.
They only have Aaron Rodgers and Adams, Devontae Adams.
Devontae
That's
Adams
it.
is
That's
it.
like all they have.
The rest of their team looks like shit. The defense looks like shit. It just, the Packers are doomed. So, Vikings are definitely taking this one. Well, Foo.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually got some NBA chip in to add.
Oh, all right.
Since it's NBA season, I
Time
love
for
the
me
NBA.
to sit back and enjoy the NBA news.
You know who Markelle Fultz is, right?
Yes,
He was
point
the-
guard of 76ers.
Number 1 pick last year.
Uh-huh.
Well, he hasn't been playing much, and it's not uncommon for players to just sit. Well, apparently Philadelphia has been urging him to play, and he's been refusing. He's just got a lawyer who is representing him against the team, saying he cannot play under his latest medical restrictions.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
So the Sixers are not happy because
Oh.
they want him to play, and their team doctors are saying you can play.
Yeah.
And he hired a lawyer to say no, he can't. So it's
the
going to
hell?
get super messy right now.
Is he on a big contract?
He was the number 1 pick, so
So, yes?
if he
No.
turns out no.
No?
If they don't sign huge contracts when they're rookies.
Interesting.
So he's probably making $7 million a year compared to LeBron is making $38 million a year.
Jeez.
Yeah, they changed the rookie pay scale for the NBA drastically. Like you can only have like a 2-year initial guaranteed contract,
And
then
then
after
2-year
that,
options.
and then 2-year options after that. And it's
Damn.
up to the NBA.
It's up to the team, not up to the player.
Yeah, so I mean, the turnover is very quick if you're a bust in the NBA. Like if
So that's what we're getting at. This guy hasn't played a ton of games. He's the number 1 overall pick. He got drafted ahead of Lonzo, and he's supposed to be the missing link. And supposedly, but
in Philadelphia,
I think he's a bust, man. I think it's time to call him.
What is
call
his
him a bust.
supposed medical restriction?
It's his shoulder. He can't fully play basketball with his shoulder.
he can't. Yeah, they were saying
You need one of those, right?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay.
Sure do. I know when he first came out in the draft, a lot of people were concerned about how his jump shot was initially, and so they had said that when he came into the training camp, all of a sudden his jump shot changed like dramatically,
And they
like,
thought it was him adjusting his shot, but no, dude. I
It was
think
his,
he's been concealing an injury.
Yeah, they
Oh, wow.
they determined last year that it turned out that he had like a torn ligament in his shoulder, and then they healed it, they fixed it. He played in like the final few games in the NBA.
Only like a couple games, and he played like in 4 playoff games, and that's it.
And that's it. And then he started this year off, and he started okay, not great. Like he showed flashes, but this is kind of upsetting, especially for an NBA team that has high hopes. For a guy they pick at number 1,
Yeah.
because they could have picked anybody else, especially
that's
like
true.
if they're the great players that came out that in last year's draft, and like
Somebody lost out.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But this kind of sounds similar to like how Kawhi Leonard last year sat
It's
out.
just players are getting more initiative now to like say, I don't trust you yet as my employer, so I'm going to hire like legal help, and that's what he's doing. Because the difference with the NBA is they have guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
So the minute they sign, they get all their money. Like they don't get it all, but they're guaranteed to receive the money.
Yeah, at some point they're
in the
guaranteed
bank.
to get everything.
Yeah.
So either they receive it per game, or they get hurt and they have to come through a settlement. So, I think he's a bust, which is a good thing because that means we could have drafted him if Philadelphia didn't.
That means Lonzo wasn't that bad.
That means he was a good pick, so we're doing okay,
Well,
Foo.
good for us.
Go-
Check
go
us
figure.
out.
And the Lakers are looking pretty good right now.
Speaking of which,
When did they turn that around? Because I heard they shut the bet again, like a few games ago.
no, they lost a couple games ago, but
It's good.
it's a long season.
We're
dude.
gonna lose a few games, but ever since we got Tyson Chandler, shit just
They've been
turned
looking
around.
better. Also, the Wizards, the Washington Wizards, they've expressed as of today that they're willing to trade and entertain offers for John Wall and
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal.
Dang.
And Bradley Beal is currently being rumored to have some type of deal with the Lakers that's kind of low value right now. So they're open to have a trade, and the Lakers could make a trade for him.
So Foo because I know you don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I have no idea what's going on.
I didn't
Bradley-
even know Wizards were still around.
Hey,
dude.
right?
Bradley Beal is better than.
Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things?
Sure.
So
Let me start from the
Bradley
beginning.
Beal is like having a player better than anyone LeBron played with while he was in Cleveland last year.
Okay.
So it's adding that kind of talent.
Yeah, Bradley Beal's like a you know what Ray Allen was to the 3-pointer.
Yes.
A lot of people compared his shot to Ray Allen's shot, who was a great one of the all-time greats in 3 points. In the 3-point shot.
Gotcha.
So Bradley Beal is great. He's a shooting guard. He's good from outside. He can score. The only knock on him is that there's no defense. And as we've seen the last, most of this season, defense is at a short supply on these Lakers. Most of these games have been going in
Dude,
well into
fucking
the hundreds.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
How many 100-point games they have had this year already.
And I mean, it's kind of helped when we got Tyson Chandler because now we have an extra big in the middle. But I don't think it'll help too much getting Bradley Beal. I think we maybe want to look.
I think they should hang tight and not trade anyone.
Yeah,
they're gonna have better options going forward.
The trade deadline comes around in February, but right before the All-Star break. So that I think right around January, February is when we're going to see a lot more movement because a lot more people will be available. Because there's a rule that once you sign your contract in July of free agency, you're not eligible to be traded or
Until
used
December.
Until December. So it's like a 60-day, right? I think something.
No, it's like 90 day.
Like 90 day. Yeah, it's a 90-day turnaround period that you have to wait before you can be moved again. So that's where I think you'll start seeing more in like January, February. So yeah.
Do you know who Carmelo Anthony is, Foo?
I've heard his name.
He got cut last week. It's not looking good out there for him.
What team was he on?
He was on the Rockets.
Okay.
And before that, he was on the Knicks.
Okay.
He's supposed to be a Hall of Famer.
Nah.
No, but that's another debate for another time. But there was rumors that he'd be interested in going to a playoff team. No team wants him.
Really?
Yeah, he's not getting any offers. Like
Dang.
no one's interested in him.
Yeah.
He's just.
And then because the latest rumor was that he might be willing to play with LeBron, and there's been no traction on that. Thank God.
Because Magic and Rob Pelinka just don't want to have anything to do with them. Because with Melo originally was like a prolific scorer when he came
was
into
at the same draft as LeBron.
Yeah, he came.
He's only a year older than LeBron.
Yeah, and he played at Syracuse. He won an NCAA championship at Syracuse. The 1 year he played there, I think it was 04, right?
Yeah.
It was 04.
No,
or 03. 03. And then 04 he got drafted by the Nuggets, and he balled out on the Nuggets. Like
He was a LeBron level player up until like the past 4 years.
Once he signed with the Knicks, that's when you kind of started seeing a different side of him.
You were like, hey, this guy's not all that. He just played with a good team.
He just had good pieces around him.
Because they were taking away good players, and they're just like, wow, this guy's fucking trash,
and the
dude.
Knicks have never had a good team, like not in the last, 20 years. Mm-hmm. It's been a while, and when he got on there, like you thought he'd be great. Nah, like no defense whatsoever. He didn't get along with the head coach when they had like that one big star, Jeremy Lin, that Taiwanese guy.
Remember that man
from Harvard?
Yeah,
Linsanity.
Linsanity.
Right. I remember that.
He wasn't on board with that guy being on the team, so they got rid of the team. So the team still sucked, and so then like they finally traded him last year to the Thunder, and the Thunder couldn't even make it out of the first round in the playoffs. So everyone was just like, "Oh, it's not. Melo's still pretty good. He could score. It's not him."
It's trash.
Dude, he joined the Rockets this year. They cut him. Sucked. They cut him.
They cut him in 2 months.
In 2 months, they just said, "You know what, man? You're not.
They're like, yeah, you're not going to help us. Get out of here."
Yeah. And no team wants him right now. No team wants him right now.
Wow, there's somebody named Linsanity out there.
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin. He's on the Nets, right? Brooklyn Nets.
He's on.
Charlotte. Charlotte right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that guy bounces around.
So they just told him to leave, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. They say you can get out.
Yeah, man.
Don't slam the fucking door.
Well, Foo, is that it in sports?
Yeah.
That's it in sports.
All right.